Good evening. You're watching the news from the Sultanate of Oman television. First, the headlines. His Majesty Sultan Qaboos presides over a meeting of the Council of Ministers, emphasizing the importance of economic diversification policy, encourage investment and benefit from the unique geographical location of the Sultanate. His Majesty stresses the Sultanate's continued efforts to approximate points of view and to help in resolving regional and international issues. His Excellency the Minister of Health explains that the Sultanate achieved the first place among 90 countries in the field of vaccines management, according to World Health Organization. And the Tender Board awards a number of development projects in various fields worth more than 42 million Omani riyal. Those were the headlines. Now for the news in detail. His Majesty Sultan Qaboos presided yesterday over a meeting of the Council of Ministers at Beit al-Baraka. At the start of the meeting, His Majesty the Sultan gave thanks and praise to Almighty Allah for the abundant bounties He endowed Oman, praying to Allah to continue them upon the Sultanate and its noble people. His Majesty wished that development and progress would prevail in all parts of the world. Then His Majesty the Sultan reviewed local, regional and international situations. Speaking about at the domestic level, His Majesty the Sultan expressed satisfaction with the accomplishments made by the country's march of comprehensive development, noting that the march of development advances at suitable rates as planned and emphasizing that the Sultanate should go ahead with the policy of economic diversification. His Majesty directed to find out other sources of sustainable income, leading to adapting to all changes. His Majesty also reiterated the significance of safeguarding the gains made and the need to continue developing capabilities and to qualify Omani cadres to achieve productive endeavors in all sectors through ideal utilization of the Sultanate's unique geographical location. His Majesty also underscored the importance of encouraging local and foreign investments in productive projects of public benefit, which provide employment opportunities for citizens and generate lucrative economic revenue. His Majesty pointed out that all development plans place the concern of citizens and their service on top of priorities. While reviewing developments in the regional and international arenas, His Majesty stressed the Sultanate's continued cooperation with all efforts aimed to approximate points of view and to help in resolving issues to enable nations to continue their growth tracks in secure and stable conditions. At the end of the meeting, His Majesty the Sultan touched upon a number of issues of concern to Oman and its citizens. His Majesty gave his royal directives to all state institutions to continue to exert all efforts to achieve the desired goals. He wished all success in achieving progress and prosperity for Oman and its noble people. The custodian of the two holy mosques, King Salman bin Abdulaziz Al Saud of Saudi Arabia, received His Excellency Syed Hamud bin Faisal Al Busaidi, Minister of Interior, when he received Their Highnesses and Excellencies, GCC's Interior Ministers, participating in the 17th consultative meeting due to be held in Saudi Arabia later today. His Excellency the Interior Minister conveyed the greetings of His Majesty the Sultan to the custodian of the two holy mosques, wishing Saudi people further progress and prosperity. His Excellency Dr. Ahmed bin Mohammed As-Saidi, Minister of Health, revealed before the Shura Council today that the spending on the health sector in the Sultanate reached 120 million Omani Riyal, indicating that this spending formed 3% of the state budget. His Excellency's statement explained that the Sultanate achieved the first place among 90 countries in the field of vaccines management, according to World Health Organization. The minister also said that 390 physicians resigned since last year. The statement of His Excellency, the Minister of Health, included 7 themes, namely health plans and strategies, public health, medical and treatment services, human resources and infrastructure, the private health sector and health education and rehabilitation, and treatment abroad. The Tender Board, in its 4th meeting of the year, awarded projects and additional works to complete development projects in numerous fields worth more than 42 million Omani Riyal. They are topped by projects of laying down a water pipeline from Boshar to Sib in the Governorate of Muscat and projects of establishing water supply networks in the wilayas of Nahal, Awabi and Wadi al-Mawil in the Governorate of South Batina. The board also awarded additional works for projects of operation and maintenance of on-ground assets of public authority for electricity and water in the Governorates of Muscat, Dakhliya, Buraymi and Dahira. The meeting was presided over by His Excellency Dr. Rashid bin Asafi Al-Khraibi, Chairman of the Tender Board. Discussion of aspects of cooperation between the Sultanate and the World Bank Group to enhance services and consultations provided to the Sultanate topped issues of the meeting of His Excellency Darwish bin Ismail Al-Balushi, Minister responsible for financial affairs, with a delegation of the World Bank Group led by Dr. Hafez Ghanem, Vice Chairman of World Bank Group for Middle East and North Africa region, who are on a visit to the Sultanate. They also discussed steps implemented in developing general financial systems and procedures ought to be adopted to facilitate and speed up implementation of terms of cooperation agreements between the Ministry of Finance and the World Bank. The delegation referred to the possibility of cooperation with the Sultanate in the field of financing government projects. Muscat Municipality won the 2nd place among municipalities of the Gulf Cooperation Council countries for the year 2015 in the field of building permits in all forms. The results were announced at the 9th Gulf Municipal Work Conference, which was held in the state of Qatar from 26th to the 28th of this month. The prize came for efforts exerted to develop municipal work to enhance flexibility and fast services. A building permit obtained after the consultancy office filled up data of the proposed building plan on the municipality east side. Then it will be examined by structural and architectural engineers who either okay it or demand necessary amendments, and finally send it back to the consultancy office after approval. The electronic license system in the Ministry of Manpower registers remarkable levels in rendering services to individuals and institutions, as it succeeded in decreasing the visit of its viewers by 50% and reducing the number of documents to 500,000. Statistics indicate that the system has issued 128,356 commercial clearances, where almost 76,446 entities took advantage of it by the end of the 1st quarter of the current year. In terms of electronic candidacy service, the number of candidates through the system amounted to more than 10,000, out of which more than 3,000 candidates were employed. The registered contracts through the system reached around 4,000. Electronic clearance in the Ministry of Manpower offered a group of services, namely registration of expatriate manpower applications, electronic payment for the application fees, updating of the employer data, and obtaining data from the government bodies. Still to come in our news bulletin, Municipal Council in the Governorate of Dahira discusses finding solutions for water drainage system in the area of Al Malina in the Governorate of Dahira.
تشرق الشمس بفقرات متنوعة، برؤية عصرية، بنكهة مختلفة، وأجواء مرحة، بروح عمانية، ليفوح شذا اليوم مع قهوة الصباح.
Omani students achieved the first place at the level of Arab World in the Environmental Speech Competition 2015, which was held in Dubai. The students were honored in a ceremony presided over by His Excellency Mohammed bin Salem Al Toubi, Minister of Environment and Climate Affairs. Within the framework of achieving sustainable development and creating a safe and clean environment, Omani Environment Society organized the national competition of the environmental speech for college and university students. The competition aimed to get acquainted with the environmental issues and to give the students the opportunity to develop scientific innovations. To support Omani youth, the National Youth Commission began its visit at Oxford University in the United Kingdom. The visit aims to provide the participants with practical skills in project management and implementation. More details in the following report by Musa bin Khafar Al-Lawati.
The National Youth Commission has sent 16 Omani youth to the University of Oxford in the United Kingdom for the purpose of developing ideas for their projects that they submitted at the second forum of the youth of Oman. This visit comes as a support from the Commission for the development of young Omanis' capabilities.
So the aim of this workshop for the Omani National Youth Forum really is to provide the entrepreneurs from Oman with the opportunity to access our experience here within the University of Oxford, within ISIS Innovation, particularly with a view to acknowledging that the key to successful entrepreneurship in the 21st century more and more relies on tapping into economies beyond any one national economy.
The workshops will cover various topics in the development of ideas, marketing and project management, in order to give the participants a theoretical and practical base in how to manage these ideas and apply them in the real-life situations.
I expect from this program that I can gain many skills and develop our idea and project, and this will give us the strength to convert our idea to the real.
I expect that we will clarify our idea and develop our project in order to implement it and contribute in the national economic.
The development of young people's ideas and expanding their knowledge and developing their abilities are all ideas that the National Youth Commission aims to implement throughout this visit.
The program will last for 7 days, where the participants will be given a theoretical and practical support in an attempt to implement their projects. From Oxford University in the United Kingdom, Musa bin Ja'far al-Lawati.
Recycling the products and the used materials in various sectors topped the discussion of the seminar, The Active Investment of the Materials and the Economic Effects. The seminar, which was held in Sohar Applied Science College, witnessed the participation of the economic experts from inside and outside the Sultanate, besides the participation from some academics and students in various specialities. Oman oil price June delivery reached $42 and 65 cents. The Dubai Mercantile Exchange statement today said that the price of Oman oil rose $1.68 from the price of yesterday, which was $40.97. The average price of Oman oil May delivery 2016 has stabilized at $36.34, thus $6.11 per barrel higher than April delivery 2016. The first hospital of Apollo Hospitals Group in the Middle East has been inaugurated today in the governorate of Muscat, offering high-standard treatment services and medical consultations. Here is a report.
Apollo Hospital Muscat has been upgraded from its previous level as a medical center in Rui area into a specialized hospital, provided with modern equipment according to international standards, so as to render treatment services and consultations to the citizens and residents in the Sultanate. This hospital is the first of Apollo Hospitals Group in the Middle East, built in Muscat. The hospital staff consists of 25 full-time specialists and 10 visiting specialists who come from Apollo Hospitals of India to offer the various medical services. The Assistance Office offers a broad treatment, besides a free service to obtain a second medical opinion. There is also a plan for the addition of more specializations and clinics. Apollo hospitals in India are considered one of the biggest integrated medical groups in Asia that include more than 10,000 inpatient beds in 55 hospitals, 1,200 pharmacies, and more than 100 diagnostic clinics. The inauguration ceremony was held under the auspices of His Highness Sayyid Shihab bin Tariq Al Said, advisor of His Majesty the Sultan.
Commenting on the inauguration ceremony, His Highness Sayyid Shihab bin Tariq Al Said, advisor of His Majesty the Sultan, said the following.
It's a great pleasure for me today to be the guest of honor for the opening ceremony of Apollo Hospital Muscat. Apollo Hospital, of course, is an international name in Asia and in India. It's an esteemed hospital. And our association with Apollo Hospital has been for more than 25 years, and they have been supporting the start of the Apollo Clinic till the day today when Apollo is a hospital in Muscat.
Reviewing aspects related to licenses of shops selling tobacco and its derivatives in residential areas and the delay of carrying out a number of service projects in the wilayas of the governorates topped discussions during the municipal council meeting in South Batina Governorate. The council discussed replies regarding the Blue City project in the wilaya of Barka, the phenomenon of selling and displaying vehicles in public places, the claim of the scheme pavement of southern Marak village in the wilaya of Barka, and titles of a number of residential schemes. The Municipal Council in the Governorate of Al Wusta discussed in its fourth meeting this year a number of themes and suggestions, including a mechanism to put a limit for local tenders, in addition to monitoring wrong practices phenomena of expatriate laborers in the agricultural lands. The Council also discussed opening new branches for banks not available in the wilaya of the Governorate. Finding solutions for water drainage system in the area of Al Malina and reviewing the responses on the issues topped discussions of the Municipal Council in the Governorate of Dahira during its fourth meeting this year. The Council also approved the minutes of the previous meeting. It also discussed building an entrance to the public road before the roundabout of Sultan Qaboos Mosque in the wilaya of Ibri. It as well reviewed a proposal to establish a media committee for the Council. Now for the general weather forecast. Clear skies will prevail over most governorates with chances of low clouds over the coastal areas overlooking the Arabian Sea with chances of scattered rainfall at Hajar Mountains. Winds will be variable directions at the coastal areas of Sea of Oman. The rest of the coast, it will be south to southeasterly light to moderate. Seas will be slight to moderate with a maximum wave height of 1.5 meters. This is the Sultanate of Oman television. Before we end tonight's bulletin, here are the main points once again. His Majesty Sultan Qaboos presides over a meeting of the Council of Ministers emphasizing the importance of economic diversification policy, encourage investment and benefit from the unique geographical location of the Sultanate. His Majesty stresses the Sultanate's continued efforts to proximate points of view and to help in resolving regional and international issues. His Excellency the Minister of Health explains that the Sultanate achieved the first place among 90 countries in the field of vaccines management, according to World Health Organization. And the tender board awards a number of development projects in various fields worth more than 42 million Omani Riyal. With that, we come to the end of tonight's news bulletin. From all of us here in the newsroom and the studios, it's good night.